Hi, I'm Larry Richardson, your step-by-step chef, and I'm here out in Hot Springs State Park in Thermopolis, Wyoming. And I was drawn here because they actually do have hot springs. And it just so happens that I yanked my back out, lifting the cooler out of the car the other night. I lifted it up wrong and I paid the price. But I came here and I soaked in some real hot springs at 104.5 degrees, and I feel better already. Now, I'm hungry. So I'm going to make a simple lunch because I have some driving to do today, and we're going to make just a very simple curried tuna sandwich. And this is part of our Get Used to the Can program, because canned food, when you're cooking and camping, is going to be part of the program. It just keeps longer, and it will always be there if you get stuck in a situation where you don't have time to cook. So what we do is we try to make the canned food taste a lot fresher and a lot better than it should. So come on, let's cook. And here are the ingredients for our curried tuna sandwich. First, I have a can of tuna. Now, I made a mistake. I have solid white albacore, but it's in oil. I usually like it in water because it's just a little bit less fishy. But want to know something? I'll get over it. So I'll just have this can of tuna, small can of tuna. I have a tablespoon of mayonnaise. I have a second tablespoon on standby in case I need it, so I can make this to taste. We will use a half a teaspoon of curry powder. We'll add this to taste too. About a half a stick of celery that we're going to mince, and we'll mince about just under a quarter cup of red onion. And I have a croissant. And every now and then, the way to really keep interested, keep your diet interesting, keep your menu interesting, is to come up with new breads. So whenever you see a new bread in one of the supermarkets, when you're cooking and camping, whether you're doing it at home or on the road, every now and then treat yourself. And I'm going to treat myself to this croissant. So it's going to be a fancy curried tuna croissant-wich. So let me show you how to put all this together. Now, the first thing I did is I drained the tuna. And when you're picnicking or camping, try to drain stuff like this in places where people don't walk, where they won't track it, they won't smell it, and they won't get attacked by ants if ants go for it, because you wouldn't like that either. So I usually will drain something like this into a trash receptacle directly, or into a bag or container that I have at the ready. So be considerate. Let's always be considerate and try to drain these things in a place where they won't disturb other people. So the first thing I'm doing, or the second, is just mincing our celery. And again, you can add more celery, less celery, no celery. It's up to you. I'm not a cooktator. I just want to show you my way of making things, and then you make it your own. And this is definitely a way to spice up tuna. I don't, I'm good for about one tuna sandwich a month. Some people eat this every day and they love it, and more power to them. But when I have tuna, I got to do something like this to it, or it's just not very appealing to me. It's a little bit too much on the fishy end of the canned food scale. And then with the onion, we just peel it, and you can use red onion, yellow onion, white onion, you name it, sweet onion. I really like red onion on sandwiches. It has a nice complexity to it. You could also use peppers or jalapenos, like a sweet red pepper. There's all kinds of stuff you can add to make canned food more palatable. So all I'm doing is cutting down the face, these parallel lines. And only go as deep as you think you'll need to get to your almost quarter cup of onion. And then I go perpendicular, so it's making little squares on the top of the onion. And I like cutting stuff like this because then the onion will stay fresher. It'll still be mostly whole. And then I just cut down the face. And there's our onion. Yum. And this really does freshen it up. And we just take our tuna. Okay. Just get that out of the can. And then kind of give it a little bit of a chop to loosen it up. And we just add our curry to it. And again, do this to taste. Start out with a smaller amount, and then you can add more. And then I have our teaspoon of mayo, and I have a sneaking suspicion I am going to want 2. This is kind of a drier can of tuna that I'm used to, usually the wet tuna. I mean the tuna in water is a lot moister than this. This is looking kind of dry. And then just mix it up with your fork. Just fold it all in. So you can see this is a really quick, fresh lunch. And I'll probably have this and eat a little salad or even just a carrot. You can eat carrot or celery sticks with this, and that makes a great lunch. Always have fresh fruits and vegetables on hand when you're camping or at home. It'll keep you healthy. I think that's the secret. One of the big secrets is not just working out and exercising, but it's making sure you get lots of vegetables in your diet. Okay, and again, if you want more mayo, add it. It's up to you. That's about right for me. Some people do like their sandwiches on the kind of mayo mucky side, but you know, just do it to your taste. And then I'm just cutting the croissant in half. And these croissants taste good with shrimp sandwiches too, canned shrimp, canned crab, you name it. I'm even going to make an egg sandwich with this, sausage and egg sandwich with it. That it's going to be absolutely delicious. I have a whole box of these. That's my treat for this week. And then we'll just take this and just spread as much as you want onto your croissant, because you're being fancy today. Croissant. Oh, that's going to be tasty. See, it's all fresh. That's the way I like it. Take the canned goods and think, how can I freshen this up? This will absolutely do it. And you can do this curry thing with, again, the canned shrimp and the canned crab too, and it comes out absolutely delicious. Even canned chicken, if you want, or chicken that you make yourself. And that's it. You have a delicious sandwich for lunch today. So congratulations, look at what you just made. You just made this delicious curried tuna sandwich. See how simple it is to freshen up those canned goods. Now, if you like this recipe, please visit StepByStepChef.com. There you will find over 175 free printable recipes, just like this one, accompanied by, and I mean each and every one of them, a YouTube video showing you how to make them the step-by-step way. Since I'm doing cooking and camping with the Step-by-Step Chef, you'll also find step-by-step instructions on how to camp. I think you'll enjoy those too. It'll help you to hit the road. Whether you're going to a county, state, or national park, you'll really enjoy it. So I'm Larry Richardson. I am your Step-by-Step Chef, and I'll see you in the next episode.